Visit of 60 Minutes. It's off an island off of between Turkey and Greece. And these people live 100 years old, and they are sharp, and their hearts are in good shape. Their minds are in good shape. What they eat and do is very important.
Age, which means that there's no severe atherosclerotic disease.
What she and her colleagues are finding is quite simply astounding.
Okay.
They're seeing patients up to 100 years old whose hearts are in much better shape than medical science can explain.
Now, there's reasons for this. This is a steep island. They eat the vegetation, and they're vegetarians mainly. They have a little meat. They grow their own food. They eat their own herbs and grow them. And they drink wine, so their hearts are in good shape. Their minds are in good shape. They do not eat processed food. We'll talk more about that in a moment.
His vascular aging is younger than his age.
How much younger?
About 20 years younger.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
20 years younger than his age. These blue zones this author comes about, most of those are in isolated areas.
So-called blue zones, those places in the world where people have the highest life expectancy and the greatest chance of reaching 100. Ikaria is the most shining example yet discovered.
The maximum life expectancy for our species right now is about 92. The Icarians are reaching that better than any other population in the world.
It seems to me effortless for the Icarians, far more than the rest of us, to reach 100.
None of these 90 or 100-year-olds ever tried to live to be 100. Longevity happened to them.
Thank you. 100-year-old Gregorios Tassas is out for his daily coffee in the town square and still as sharp as a tack.
He says that you should come and stay in that village and you will reach that years, that age.
These days, Gregorios is not exactly a poster boy for good living. But between lighting up a ciggy and downing a bowl of ice cream, he's happy to share his recipe for long life.
So tell me, what is the secret?
Και στις δυνάμεις του ανθρώπου.
He says the red wine makes you stronger.
Now, there could be some truth to that, but let's go in here. This I find more interesting. These steep hills and the activity, these people remain active for many, many years. Their diet is different and they're active.
Resilient people who walk and climb hills every day because they have to. Men like Christodoulos Pouros, who at the age of 95 is still as agile as his goats, and recommends a hard bed, not too much of the good life, as secrets to a long life.
A hard bed and not too much of the good life. Look at how slender he is. Look at how good shape he is. He's 95.
Έλα, twin. Πορταρίκα.
He eats a lot of beans, vegetables, milk, eggs, whatever from the nature.
Και αυτά είναι βλαβερά.
From the nature, not processed.
Εγώ όχι πολύ. Λίγο. He said not too much sex.
Not too much?
Not too much.
Just enough. Then there's 99-year-old Evangela Canava, reeling off the family stories of a century ago as if they were yesterday.
Now look how sharp she is. She's 99. She's reeling off these stories just like she was there yesterday.
As if she was still a 20-year-old beauty. And like every good Icarian, Evangela has her own unique take on the fountain of youth.
Την Pepsi.
She loves Pepsi.
Την Pepsi.
She's addicted.
Everyone has a theory. For some, it's the high levels of naturally occurring radioactive elements such as radium. For others,
Radium, I don't know about that, but there's more radium there. That could be. But the activity and the natural food, I think, are key. And the herbs, the natural herbs that you eat is a key. We'll get into that in just a moment.
it's the herbs that grow wild all over the island and end up in just about everything Icarians eat and drink. I read of a magical tea, such a thing.
We have a lot of herbs here. We have many different teas here. And they have been analyzed and they have been shown to contain properties that are much stronger here in Icaria.
Thea Pericos was born and raised in America. Like many second-generation Icarians, she's come to the island her parents left in search of a quieter, more meaningful way of life.
Quieter, less stressful, more meaningful. I think that is a key factor too. These herbs, they're fresh and they eat those.
Call this combo horto, and it's used specifically for chest, for asthma, for colds. It's definitely one of the main ingredients for a long life on Icaria.
Today, Thea has her own restaurant, and her traditional Icarian recipes might well be the Bible for healthy eating.
Now this is interesting.
These are a variety of wild greens.
And olive oil, essential.
If you don't have olive oil in your house, you can't cook. If you want to cook, you have to have olive oil, oregano, garlic, lemon. These are the basics.
So how many more?
Notice these are most vegetable based, and it's fresh vegetables. They're not going to market to pick those up. Maybe they do, maybe they grow them, but they're fresh.
Years will I get if I eat this dish? Number 10?
Innumerable.
Would you eat processed food at all?
No. When you make a chicken soup,
No processed food at all. And notice she said not even a processed chicken. She said you'd go kill a chicken, parrot, and eat it.
you have chicken, rice, lemon, salt, and pepper. That's all you need.
And you don't need to go to the supermarket for that.
No, you kill a chicken.
Apart from chicken and a bit of goat, most Icarians eat very little meat of any description.
Chicken and goat. They're not eating beef, chicken and goat. You don't see they eat much fish. Interesting.
Their diet is almost entirely plant-based.
Icaria has the most extreme version of the Mediterranean diet, but there are a few variations.
Okay.
For example, potatoes figure much more prominently in the Icarian diet. Interestingly, you'd think fish, but where Icarians lived, where the centenarians of today, they mostly lived inland, which was a day's journey from the sea. So it would take 2 days to get fish. So it was much easier for them to focus on a plant-based diet, which they indeed did.
And then, of course,
You think fish, but most of them live 2 days inland to get to the sea. I imagine there's more fish diet on the outside of the island. They farmed and grew what they ate.
there's the wine.
This is your own.
Yes.
Okay. This is essential.
Yes, this is a basic necessity.
Well, we know that drinkers outlive non-drinkers, which isn't to say if you're not drinking now that you should necessarily take it up, but we know that people who drink 2 to 3 glasses a day are probably drinking the optimal amount.
Now that's interesting. He says drinkers outlive non-drinkers. 2 to 3 glasses a day. Isn't that interesting? That doesn't mean they don't have more spiritual challenges or more problems with that drinking.
These fiestas are held regularly all over the island. And in the interests of accuracy, I have to report that people were drinking slightly more than 2 or 3 glasses, though it didn't seem to be doing them any harm. And something else too. It might just be the Icarian social life that holds the key to their longevity.
More sociality. And it might be these activities, both non-social and social, that are keeping them living longer. Think about that.
We don't have a table for the younger children and then the table for the adults. There's no lines of separation between the generations. And this is very nice because nobody feels out.
Is that
Well, now that's a powerful statement. No one feels out. There's no separation or lines between the different ages.
the key to what we're talking about, longevity?
I think this is a very important part because nobody feels useless and nobody is left alone.
Even the scientists admit it may be the answer that's eluded all of their tests.
They are useful in the community till the very end.
And no one's left out.
This is the secret, not only living up to advanced age, but also having good quality of life, which means good mental stress without depression. And in order to have that, you must have a purpose in your life till the very end.
It seems to be working for the people of Ikaria, so perhaps it can work for the rest of us too.
How has it changed your life then?
I eat mostly a plant-based diet. Family's a lot more important to me than career was. I look pretty good for 104, don't I?
And if all it takes is good food, good wine, and good company, what's not to like?
Wow. Good food, good wine, good company. Wow. The wine does work on the kidneys and clean them out. If you do too much, the liver will be in bad shape. But evidently they drink in moderation and it doesn't affect their liver. They didn't say anything about the liver. Interesting. Very, very interesting. This is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Take it with a grain of salt. But I think the sociality, the fresh vegetables, the active lifestyle, the meaningful lifestyle throughout the years, that's important.